My first roommate had a psychotic break and ended up crying in the living room with a knife in his teeth. So, where does that fit into your chore wheel?
But if we don't deputize private citizens to execute shoplifters, then what's going to happen to these deals?
He's a rich, preppy piece of shit. Complains I'm supposed to take his shit because he's got some money.
Hey, prove that you're real.
Yeah. I was like, get the fuck out of the house.
Get out of my house.
Get the fuck out of
I had to walk around with a stun gun in my house for a while when I was living with that dude.
Let's get it.
Let's do stuff.
Yeah. Maybe we should move the monitor a little bit. Has it always been like this? If we lower it just like a few inches, I'll be able to see the... Yeah, that's it, yeah. And that makes us look stronger.
Only girl vloggers want the camera above them.
Yeah, and we're not girls.
Men want the cameras below.
What is this? What do you fucking think this is?
What
dude?
is this, tampon season?
What is this, Bama Rush? Get the fuck out of here. I'm not putting on any winged eyeliner. Even though I think I'd look good in it.
I also think I would look cool with, like, eyeliner.
Just Egyptian style. Good.
Black lipstick.
It would, like, run if I sucked your dick.
Blue. I've always kind of wanted to go just full goth, but with
but in a hot lady way. But we don't do that because it's not
because it's because you know the times have taken enough.
No,
from this country.
Look,
from men.
Midnighters. It's a men's show. And I'm not, even though it would feel good, I would not put on a dress and come here. Because it's not what we do.
No, it's not what we do here. Here we come to check in on the symptoms of the modern age and help you deal with all the heaviness.
We're lancing the boil of your problems, and I can't do that looking like some kind of hot woman that all of you want to make out with.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
You're allowed to want to be pretty, but when you go to work, maybe make it a little more modest so we can get some goddamn work done.
Wearing this sham of an outfit you show up to your life in every day. Trying to keep in the swan that you've got inside. You go to work and you push down those feelings of wanting to be a pretty lady.
Yeah, and you can talk to people about it, but not here.
And never directly. You can
never ever directly. Yeah,
never directly. Always in comments when you're already recording.
Take it out on people.
Take it out on people. Hate
Nobody
your dog.
got what they wanted in life, so take it out on each other. That's how we breed competition. You take those feelings that you have.
Go to Wall Street. Invest in stocks. Put on lipstick in the mirror and then punch yourself in the face. Punch your reflection in the face.
And then make some goddamn money.
Fuck a bunch of prostitutes. And then go home and put a plastic bag over your head and wait for the air to leave and then rip a hole at the last second.
And just say,
when your dad dies and you're watching him get buried and you get a little hard and you don't know why, come to Midnighter's Survival Show.
That's what we do here.
Where did the crabs go? I don't know, but it distracts me from this beautiful woman inside of me. I'm trying not to...
We're trying to drown her out. Her siren song...
There's an Adderall shortage in the United States. Perfect. I woke up this morning and I couldn't believe I was still alive. I just wanted to go back to bed, but no. We gotta watch a guy in a bear-proof suit.
Midnighter Survival Show, bringing you the hottest videos to kill your truest desires because this world has taken them from you, and we'll never have the things that we actually deserve or need.
No.
So let's let's talk about the orcas.
The orcas.
The orcas.
Orcas.
Oh, the orcas, they're pissed off. They've actually been training each other to sink boats.
I saw that.
Pretty good.
I don't know. It just, to me, when I see stuff like that, I have no real reaction because it's so far out of the scope of my own life. It's like when a tornado hits the Midwest. I just don't give a fuck. I've never lived somewhere flat before, you know? Like, I'm not near orcas. You just don't go there for another reason now. Right?
Pretty much. Well, I mean, I wasn't going to be hanging out in the ocean that much anyway.
Oh.
I do I do have some feelings about it because it is like nice. Anytime that an animal attacks a person, it's always a good thing. It's always funny because animals are blameless.
Okay,
they
sure.
are nature. They're the force of nature itself. So whenever mankind's hubris gets, punished by nature, it's kind of funny because, animals are not only cute, but, they're just
they're dangerous.
What were you doing there in the first place?
Yeah, dude. Like when that chimpanzee ripped that lady's face off.
Yeah. I'm trying to, be more adventurous with my wardrobe and, open up as a person.
Yeah.
But because I've just been wearing black for years just because I'm so fucking miserable most of the time.
I started throwing white in, and it feels pretty good. It feels good in the summer time.
It's the summertime. It's time to expand your horizons. Stop
feels
being the
better
same
in the
old
summer,
thing.
Though?
What?
A dress? A dress
Not here,
Not
Eric.
Here. What are we? I think we
Did you miss
this.
the beginning?
Yeah, I think that.
I know it would be good, and I know it would feel good, but I'm at
breezy.
Midnighter's survival show right now. I can't be thinking silly thoughts.
Just
a
a
group
cool
of orcas,
breeze.
better known as killer whales, they appear to be
Blowing on my
attacking
nutbag.
and even sinking some boats off the coasts of Portugal and Spain.
The question this morning, why?
Hey Craig, good morning to you. This is one of these funny, not funny stories. Not funny if you're in one of these boats. The pictures that you're about to see are incredible. A group of whales, of killer whales, is called a pod. But maybe they should be renamed a gang or a troop or an army because the scientists are trying to figure out exactly what's happening in the water.
This guy's funny.
Yeah,
I like him.
A British couple setting sail off the coast of Morocco when a group of killer whales started battering their boat. The orcas continuing the barrage for at least an hour. They managed to keep the 46-foot sailing yacht afloat, but just days later, another vessel was not so lucky. 3 killer whales struck the rudder and side of the sailboat, eventually causing it to sink as the Spanish Coast Guard rushed to the rescue. It's one of at least 3 boats that have sunk because of the orcas since last summer, and many more have been seriously damaged in the last 3 years. According to researchers, there were about 15 orca interactions when this began in 2020. Incredibly, that number has now ballooned into the hundreds
Actually, that is
by
impressive.
2023.
That is kind of crazy.
And all of them happening here along the Iberian Peninsula.
It doesn't fit with anything we've ever seen anywhere else in the world.
Scientists are stumped.
So, 3 theories. One is the whales are super stressed. They're acting out because the oceans are too noisy.
Theory 2, the Jaws theory. The sea creatures may be out for revenge. Organising the attacks after a whale in the pod, possibly a female called White Gladys, was hit by a boat. Experts say orcas are very social and do often learn behaviour from one another. But Andrew Trites with the University of British Columbia believes a less aggressive option is most likely. Playtime.
Killer whales will rush up behind a boat and sometimes put their snout straight into the propeller wash and feel it's almost like a jacuzzi.
No injuries have been reported, and killer whales have not been known to harm humans.
Shut the fuck up, dude. Stop saying stupid
Terrified
shit.
sailors.
Is this
The jokes
focused on
gone too
anything? It
far.
just seems like he's just
Indeed.
listing
I mean,
facts about
unfortunately,
orca.
Are they mad or are they
like
relaxing?
trying to get into a fucking jacuzzi? Is it? Are they just like, hey, make this feel good?
Yeah. You know what? I liked it better when I thought that there were orcas beating the shit out of boaters because that's like they're learning. and then we can just give that back to them.
Trying to figure out like why animals are doing something is just kind of like projecting.
Yeah.
No matter what. So,
yeah, dude.
And also,
look, this one's
if they're like trying to sink boats because they think like humans are like destroying the world, they're right.
Yeah.
Like. They're obviously the fucking good guys.
Or is it? Are researchers concerned that there may be more orca pods like these out there?
Thankfully not, Craig. There's 39 whales in this pod, and so far it doesn't appear as if this kind of whale trend, if you like, to target boats is spreading. But again, they don't know exactly what is happening. The research is underway. So until then, say it with me, guys, everyone's going to need a bigger boat.
We're waiting for that, Kier.
This guy's funny.
You know what? I'm so glad we cut off our association with Britain. I'm so glad that we threw all their stupid fucking tea in a river.
Yeah.
I hate those guys so much.
It's always
just what a smug fucking cunt. I don't like them. And I don't think they're smart. I don't think they're as smart as they think they are. I don't like that he's telling a bunch of people in my country what orcas think.
It's offensive.
Know. It is. It's offensive. He's talking down to all these New York people.
Greatest city in the world, New York.
Greatest city in the world.
Hey, New York.
Yeah, dude, I bet he knows where your forks go on what side and shit. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, the English, it's just kind of, they're a slimy people. And they held so much like status back in the day. Why? Because they had a big navy in the fucking 1500s. Give me a break, dude.
Yeah, dude. All our school children have guns. I want to see some of them come over here and try to fuck us up with their knives and their Adidas tracksuits.
Yeah, those are the toughest guys. Is like people who watch sports.
Yeah, dude. Like
toss
all the
chairs
British
at each other.
Have you seen that World's Strictest Parents show?
No, tell me more.
Well, basically, they just they take their shitty British kids and send them to the United States because they're acting up, and then a bunch of Southern Baptist parents,
just as punishment,
they go to farms in the South, and their parents fuck them up, and all their kids are just skinny emo kids with a ton of facial piercings, and then these Southern parents just beat the Bible into the back of their heads. Just whack them up real good, and they go back. They couldn't handle us now. They wouldn't know what the fuck to do.
We are like the prison island for these kids.
We're the next Australia, is what it is.
Just our ordinary school system is a scared straight.
Yeah,
that's tough love.
How much better we are than them now is we set them straight, dude. Yeah,
oh, mommy, I love you so much. That's what they'll be saying after all your classmates get executed next to you and the kid.
I tried to think of an American champion, and the first name that popped into my head was Usain Bolt. And
I don't think that.
No, he's not. I don't know who's and then I thought of Michael
An American
Phelps.
champion would probably be like Kyle Rittenhouse or something, where it's just hey, you beat the system, you got away with it, you have a social media presence. I don't think he's making any kind of money though. Fuck Kyle Rittenhouse, but he isn't a chick. He did. Yeah. He is proof that that is what the system creates.
Yeah.
Is
fucking barbarians.
Yeah, warriors.
Yeah. Who aren't afraid to cry.
Yeah. And then sort of boast about crying.
Yeah.
Later. Oh, I'm such an epic troll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Orcas,
baby.
Is that what we were talking about? What the fuck just happened? What is this?
I have no idea.
It's more than just shoplifting. It's organized retail theft, which got me curious after watching these videos posted online. They show people ripping off stores. Like this Target in North Portland.
Y'all stealing?
I mean, it looks like they're stealing a lot of stuff, with no real fear of getting caught. In many ways, it kind of reflects some of the broader issues we're dealing with in our city, like crime, accountability, and drugs.
What's the problem? This is the kind of community I don't want to live in, man. People take shit out of the store. because I just watched him take 8 of those sweaters off the rack and walk straight out.
Tell me about this video. I'm fascinated by it.
What a
I just
narc.
see stuff getting loaded into a shopping cart.
What a
Sean
fucking
is the guy who shot the
loser.
He's a security guard at another store.
Fred Meyer for Safeway.
And he's
for
like
Home
passionate
Depot.
about his
Got out
job.
because
Yeah,
it was
it's-
just too
When he sees
frustrating.
black people, he has to
During
confront
that time,
them.
I've just seen things get more and more challenging and more difficult.
Most retailers, they don't allow their workers to physically stop shoplifters. It's too
Yeah.
risky. People get hurt.
Yeah.
Instead,
you'll
they
get
just take
sued.
the loss. And the bad guys have figured that out.
The
Last year
bad
in
guys.
Portland, there were more than 3,000 cases of shoplifting reported to police. That's likely a gross undercount. A recent survey found in most shoplifting cases, Portland retailers, they don't even bother filing police reports.
That's
citing
kind of dope
lack of
because
police
you know what?
response,
As a
lack of
society,
prosecution,
stuff is
the
just kind of
incidents are
ended up
low level
free.
Or company
You don't
policy.
think about it that often.
I
If
would
they're not reporting
say it's
stuff
at
to
a
the
crisis
police,
level
you
right
can
now.
just kind of take what you need.
Just the amount
Yeah.
of groups.
Well, that's what
we
I'm learning
see,
here.
Yeah.
Coming into stores on a daily basis, we see some of the same individuals that are hitting multiple retailers every single day.
Jeremy Gerard is with the Oregon Retail Crime Association of Oregon.
Who's getting hit?
Every retailer,
Big and small?
big and small, yes.
He says some stores, again, these are individual.
Wait, really? I'm sorry,
Losing
but
as much as
is
one-
Petco getting hit? All of the retailers?
Dude,
It
I
just
hit a Petco. Steal me some fucking gerbils.
just a bunch of birds.
I like that they're like rolling around in a
$5
car,
million
like
a year.
patrolling a Best Buy parking lot, like this is a true crime documentary. Because it's not. It doesn't matter. A guy wants an iPod, so he gets an iPod.
On the hard streets of Clackamas.
Yeah, dude.
Leaving shelves empty and hiring armed security as a deterrent. But even that isn't enough. There's a stream
What
of
are you gonna
stolen
do, shoot
merchandise
'em?
just walking out the door.
These stores are being hit on a daily basis.
On a daily basis, yes.
More than once?
More than once.
This surge in retail theft not only puts workers and shoppers at risk, but also drives up prices.
How does it put workers at risk?
And the crime,
It doesn't.
it bleeds into surrounding neighborhoods. The Nike community store.
Oh, look
They
at
become
that.
a target for thieves. They come running through the church parking lot with stolen merchandise all the time.
That's right here.
Dude, I want a guy to walk through the back.
I mean, just sitting outside the Nike store, we've seen all kinds of people walk right by security, then run off with armfuls of clothing right off the rack.
I love it that this is like
as many
right
as they can
there.
hold.
Yeah, dude.
And it's coordinated, right? There's cars oftentimes sitting waiting for them as a getaway.
Dude, are you for real? Watch him just go steal shit.
Yeah, dude.
Can I just ask you, what do you do with all the stolen merchandise?
What do you think she's
I'm a
gonna say?
reporter. I'm with Channel 8. Can you tell me, do you sell it to someone?
Hell yeah, dude.
What can we do as a community to help stop this?
What
do you sell it to someone?
Well, that didn't get us very far. The stolen goods are then listed and sold at a deep discount on platforms like OfferUp, Craigslist, or eBay. Sometimes they're even sold at secondhand stores or flea markets.
OfferUp is mad sketchy, dude.
OfferUp.
It's so sketchy.
And a lot of this happens right out the
I had a bunch of shoes I was trying to get rid of, and so my girlfriend posted them on OfferUp, and she just kept getting hit up by people with foot fetishes to be like, "How often do you wear these? Do they smell good? What are you?" And like, do they smell good? Like, hey, like all that shit. And we tried to be like. The ones I wear more are worth more money. So, but then the guy was just kind of stringing it along, like, "Oh yeah, how much do you wear them?" Like, fucking hell yeah. Like,
He doesn't actually, he's not actually going to buy.
He's not gonna
just
buy
getting
'em.
his fucking, getting his
He liked
rocks
the
off.
messages.
That's
So,
great.
yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm learning here is like this is pretty much just they're just giving us a course in how to like pay for your drug habit. Like,
yeah,
with,
dude, this is a solid side hustle.
Yeah, if no one's gonna stop you, I guess it is like true. Like, yeah. People at stores, they're like instructed to not like forcibly detain you, and cops don't really do shit in this town now. So this is a decent way to make a lot of money just selling shit on eBay.
Yep. I don't know. It's just wild desperation and then constant fear mongering. So it's kind of just
the message of this piece falls flat. For me.
Well, it's like Home Depot, Best Buy,
and they're saying
Nike
it's like
store.
dangerous for workers and shoppers. I'm like, how is it dangerous for the workers or the shoppers?
I've seen people do this. I've watched people walk into Walgreens, grab a bunch of shit, and walk out. They're in there for 10 seconds. It's a pretty quick deal.
Yeah, like nobody's like being like, everyone get on the ground.
No.
Like that's not how anything happens. That it's just they go and steal some merchandise. I doubt anybody who works at any of those stores, except for those like except for that security guard with an apocalypse cop complex. I'm sure that guy feels disappointed when he sees like the degrading values in this country. Sure, that guy who like probably wanted to be a cop and was like not allowed. For one reason or another.
It's pretty hard to feel empathetic when it comes to shit like this, because it's just, especially like bags like that. Those are, I mean, like there's no point to how expensive something like that is. It's not like people are honing a skill anymore to like create something in order to sell it so somebody can have the highest possible quality. It's like it's all just like completely meaningless factory created. So for the most part, like it's not like
the value on that is just the value itself is why it's valuable.
Yes.
Just the markup alone is like what makes it like a higher society thing. And it's not. It's just all this shit is fake. And
it doesn't matter. So like I just like I don't really give a shit. I don't know. It's just like it's.
Is this supposed to be like? I do think what they're trying to say is what happened to us.
Yeah.
Come on, what happened to us? It's just so tone deaf.
You know what they want is they want like the next Kyle Rittenhouse to be like, my job is to go guard the Target.
Yep.
I'm going to stand outside the Target and stop retail theft.
No, they want like private security to be like deputized to execute shoplifters. I think that's the whole thing is what they're trying to like say is like, yeah, but if we don't deputize private citizens to execute shoplifters, then what's going to happen to these deals?
It would be
Target?
so funny to sit in the front of a Target with your gun just waiting for people to come inside.
Dude.
What are you here for? Shampoo?
Shampoo? All right. Yeah.
I'm gonna watch you.
Got a receipt? All right. Oh, all right. Go on ahead, sir. Just like fucking douchebags that just want to kill people. I know that's where we are.
My wife doesn't love me anymore. You're fucking pointing the gun at your head.
You're having a bad day, Greg.
My dad's dead.
Like, all right, Greg.
I'm out of dick pills. I can't do it. My rhinos are all gone.
All right, Greg. We can tell you're going through a lot. Why don't you just
the
go
new
execute
Guardians
some
of the Galaxy was so sad.
It was so
Dog
sad.
days
Greg.
are over.
Greg, I'll tell you what. There's some homeless people camping in the parking lot. Why don't you go out there and execute them? Like, blow off some steam, Greg. Seems like you're going through a lot.
Oh, I am Groot.
A local man taking a stand against aggressive panhandlers, and our cameras rolling during a tense confrontation. Michael Paluska night with the new community push.
Walk and roll. You just gotta make the first move. Walk and roll, buddy.
Ryan Bray is holding the sign he made on Sunday after offering the man in the black shirt a job instead of a handout.
I said, I got one better for you. I will take you to my house, which is down the road a piece, and give you $15 an hour to do yard work. Yeah. Absolutely not. So I started rolling up my window, and he's getting belligerent the whole time, and then he kicked my tire.
Bray says things escalated after that.
That guy's got a pile of dead
rape my,
homeless guys in his
mother,
basement.
Kill my wife. I mean, what, because I didn't give you any dollars?
I just called you a
The man was irate when I tried talking to him, but he finally calmed down so we could get his side of the story.
Dude, he's schizophrenic.
He didn't offer me nothing, brother. I've never had no trouble until this dude shows up. Just because he's got money don't mean those homeless people don't have rights.
He tells us he calls himself Alabama, and he was just asking for help on 75th Street and Manatee Avenue.
He's a rich, preppy piece of who thinks I'm supposed to take his because he's got some money and he lives down here. I don't care what you got, brother.
The state of Florida does have
Nice.
a law on the
I
books
like it.
prohibiting
Yeah, it's
panhandling.
cool.
It is a misdemeanor, but certain municipalities have different laws on the books. The homeless man we spoke to out here says he wasn't doing anything wrong.
Bray wants stronger laws in Bradenton against aggressive panhandlers.
You're pumped, brother. If I could catch you without witnesses, I promise you.
Bray now claims Alabama with his sign to encourage others not to give him money. In Manatee County, Michael Paluska, ABC Action News.
A local man taking...
Dude, this guy is the biggest fucking loser on the planet.
What a fucking piece of shit, because he's not even thinking of shit in terms of like what the actual consequences of what he's doing out there with that sign, because he's basically saying, like, even if what he said was true and he turned it down, he's like, murder this guy with starvation because he didn't come to my house and
because he doesn't treat me like a fucking lord and
Yeah,
like
dude.
be my servant
On
for
a
like
fucking
15
like 90-degree day, he didn't come do yard work for me.
Yeah, and it's just supposed to, like, every homeless person that he talks to should be just so grateful that someone with money is offering them, like, I don't know, like, I'm sure in his head he thinks he's offering, like, a good deal or something. To him, in his, like, twisted world where just, like, homeless people are just not willing to work.
And if you're also looking at this from like a survival standpoint, some fucking stranger just said, get in my car and come to my house, and I swear to God, I'll give you money. If
Why the fuck would you trust that?
No.
If somebody offered me like a job where it's like, hey, why don't you come to my house? I'll give you like $50 an hour, and that would sound like a good deal to maybe that would sound like maybe a good deal, but you don't trust someone who does that kind of shit.
Also, with somebody with the obvious level of contempt for the homeless that this guy does.
Yeah, he's
why the
doing
fuck
this
would you
just
get in this
because,
car?
like, he's just harassing this guy, and he's just like, what does he get out of this? Be like, hey guys, he's lying.
Yeah, dude.
He just like, I guess the whole thing is that he wants to prove that this guy isn't willing to work. Or something. It's just like, dude, there's a lot of things that like homeless people like kind of can't quite function in a job in this like society and shit, and like we got like a small window into how like cool Alabama actually is. like this motherfucker, if I see you without witnesses.
Dude, he reminds me of this guy who used to buy me vodka and drink the bushes with me when I was 15.
Yeah,
his name is Beepo.
Wherever you are, Beepo.
Beepo's a cool guy. He's dead. He's definitely dead.
The other thing about this is this Mr. Sign Vigilante, don't feed the homeless. He's a hero.
Yeah.
There's been multiple.
Yeah, the news seems to be well, I do think it's funny that they did show like the interview where the guy's like, this guy thinks he can just fucking treat me however he wants because he's got a little bit of money.
Yeah.
Which is a great fucking point.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
And this, I don't think anybody, dude, who would look at this guy and think, wow, this is a guy who's spending his time wisely.
Yeah. He took the day
bullying
off work.
a homeless guy.
Yeah, dude.
At an intersection to prove probably the most like immature fucking thing.
Yeah.
He's probably also an alcoholic. He's probably drunk right now.
Oh yeah, the guy with the sign, I would imagine I would imagine that's like a really he does kind of look like that is something like a drunk dude. I offered him $15.
Honey, please don't go out again today. I want you to kiss our kids.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the anti-homeless sentiment in the news right now is so transparent.
Yeah.
They just want to paint this thing, like I think I've said this before, where this is all a thing to like scare people of like homeless people, demonize them so that it seems like they're dangerous, and make people think if I don't just accept what I have and expect less from like my employers, or just be grateful for the spending most of my income on rent and like increasing cost of groceries, increasing cost of living in general, and we're just supposed to have the spotlight on homeless people as like a metric for how much worse it could be for you if you don't fall in line.
Yeah.
And just accept what you have.
Yeah.
Just dog shit. There's plenty to fucking go around, and there's just no programs to help.
So this was posted to Twitter by Don Jr.
Are you wearing lady clothes?
What?
Are you wearing lady clothes? Those look like lady pants.
No, this is a power suit.
That there's a woman's suit.
I do not buy women's clothes. Do not make that mistake again.
I'm gonna call Roy, man.
Okay.
This is gonna make me feel better. This is too good.
All right. You know what? Damn. Would you please tell Daryl that this is not a woman's suit?
Oh my God, that's a woman's suit.
You're wearing a woman's suit? No, I do. I wear men's suits. Okay, I got this out of a bin. There were these huge bins of clothes, and everybody was rifling through them like crazy, and I grabbed one. And it fit.
Is that Tucker Carlson's face?
No, that's Ron DeSantis, who just announced that he's running for president against Donald Trump. He's the Florida guy. It's a deep fake that
of The Office.
It sounds like, but you can tell that it's fake just because of the way that the face kind of sits on the body there.
Well, also because it's a scene out of The Office.
Yeah, but I mean, there's context clues too. Yeah,
Wait,
Craig Robinson,
Ron DeSantis and Steve Carell are the same guy. What did I miss a while ago?
Someone sees this and gets really confused.
Was
like,
Ron
wait,
DeSantis
is
in The
Ron
Office?
DeSantis?
I think I remember that. Now that I'm seeing it, I think I remember that was the truth.
I think that the point today is that the deep fake, which is improving every month.
Is this supposed to be like horrifying that it like kind of?
It's like gonna get so much better that by the time we get to the next presidential election, Americans are not ready. To handle
deep fake
political propaganda.
Well, I mean, it's already getting crazy to the point where people are like taking women off the internet and AI generating nudes of them and like porn videos of them. And
that part's actually, that's deeply fucked up.
It's deeply fucked up. And so if it's good enough that, because I don't know if you ever saw the old fake pictures they used to do of like famous women that were like just so obviously photoshopped that it was like there's no, it doesn't even make sense why you did this. You know what I mean? Now you don't even have to be a famous person. Just if you have anything online, somebody can generate a realistic image of you getting your face cummed on.
Yeah.
You know, which don't do that to Ben, everybody. Don't do that to him.
I mean, there's plenty of pictures to pull from. You can't. I do think that there's enough of my voice online that they could probably build a pretty accurate bot.
There's
anyone out there
with the capability, don't
dare
do that to Ben Harkins.
Yeah.
Don't do that to my friend Ben Harkins.
Yeah.
Because I know combing his mustache would be funny,
it would
but
be
I don't.
Good. Ben Harkins and the Bukkake Boys.
Yeah.
Just like
Portland comedian Ben Harkins takes a fat load to the face. Page 1 on X Hamster.
Local comedian. Dude, I don't know. Is that the way to make this fame thing break?
Dude, we're finding all this stuff. Let's get Taylor Swift on here. Let's just come all over Ben's face.
Yeah, make a deep fake of me just touching tips with a bunch of guys getting jumped into a
dirty little cum slut. Ben Harkins asked Taylor Swift the hard-hitting questions.
If you are able to look at women who are not selling themselves or benefiting off of being seen sexually, they're not benefiting, they're not selling it, they're not platforming it themselves. If you are able to look at that, You are the problem. You see women as an object. You should not be okay doing that. And it should not be a part of my job to have to pay money to get this stuff taken down. It should not be part of my job to be harassed, to see pictures of me nude spread around. It should not be something that is found on the internet. It shouldn't be. That shouldn't be a part of my job. And the fact that it is
this isn't funny. this is
actually like
this is not good. I kind of want to die right now.
That website, I'm going to sue you. This is what it looks like to feel violated. This is what it looks like to feel taken advantage of.
Ben. Okay, so people are making fun of her. I saw some on the right, some on the left, people making fun of her. My sympathies are all with her.
All right, turn off Ben Shapiro. I don't fucking give a shit
Whoa,
about. Okay,
what did just happen?
That I feel like I just got hit by a fucking truck.
Yeah,
it was like I made a joke about getting like don't make AI porn of me, and then just see how it's like destroyed someone's life very genuinely and completely.
We're gonna donate all the revenue from this show to taking down AI generated porn.
Yeah, don't.
Sorry about that. I thought I had a good video.
Oh no!
What the fuck, dude? like I don't. Like, I'm just like, yeah. So, hey, anyone watching the show, if you think that maybe AI generated porn is a good thing or funny or a funny thing to talk about, it's not. So,
yeah.
Thank you,
we
Eric.
Just learned for real.
Yeah, we were kind of riffing, and then Eric came in and shot me in both of my fucking kneecaps. So,
we brought up Israel Palestine. You want to show some white phosphorus videos? You want to get into that?
Yeah, she made some pretty good points there and was clearly actually going through it.
Yeah.
And I don't even know who she is, but probably like a streamer.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Yeah. I don't know who that is, but that seemed... that's one of those... But how do we know that video was real?
Yeah, dude, that might have been a deep fake. Hey, prove that you're real.
Yeah.
Prove it.
Yeah, that whole thing could have been
deep fake. That's what we know now.
Oh boy. Well, what else you got for me, dude?
Namely in academia and Hollywood. By seamlessly transplanting one person's face to another, you can make them say something they never said, or do something they never did, and even resurrect them from the dead. Thanks to fast graphics cards with lots of memory becoming reasonably affordable and free open source software, the power of deepfakes has made its way into the hands of a very dangerous group of people. The public. What would we do with it? We made porn. Lots and lots of porn. I want to find out how long it will take to create...
Here, can we pause this? So here's the thing. People need to really... I think it is something that people need to be conscious of that, but if you already thought that a lot of the shit online was, like, genuine...
Yeah.
Like, give me a fucking break. We need to just have, like, a distinct thing where... Well, I guess, like, if you can make a deep fake, you can make it so you can put it on, like, a more legitimate...
Well, because honestly, they're still not that good, is the thing. They're still not that good.
They still look fake. You can tell pretty quickly
that it's not real, which is, I guess good.
I guess maybe I should be horrified.
Yeah.
That deep fakes are going to ruin... And the weird thing is, there's already so much porn out there that's not fake porn. And it's free... And it's addictive.
Yeah.
And people already have such problems with it, like what you need to like steal people's faces and lives and
And you just made me realize, like, isn't it... It's, like, very sad and upsetting this year. But, like, next year, every single person on Earth is going to be in a porn.
Yeah.
So it'll stop being upsetting.
I mean,
it won't be
maybe.
It won't be a specific... bullying tactic. It'll just be like,
oh, of course that's there.
Yeah.
Everyone, of course my face is on a porn. Of course it is.
Yeah.
Good job.
But that makes it... Anybody can do...
Every 7-year-old will do it.
Anybody can just do porn now. And you're like,
You can
no, they
always
fucking
just
faked
do-
that
You
shit.
can always just do porn.
Yeah, but now you don't got to worry. You could run
Always
for
an option,
president.
right.
There's
do
no
porn.
gatekeepers. There's no industry
Yeah.
gatekeepers keeping you out.
Yeah, dude. Well, there was
now
that-
you don't even need to do it to do.
Yeah, yeah, dude.
I don't.
No, what are you looking forward to in Chicago?
Oh fuck, porn.
A lot of porn.
Lots of porn.
Chicago, known for its porn.
The winters for sure. I'm looking forward to that.
You
No,
gotta
I
save up and buy a coat.
yes, I do gotta buy a coat, and I'm glad I'm going out there in the summer so I can get stocked up and ready for the winter. But honestly, a lot of the shit I'm really stoked for is like, I mean, first of all, just going to a new place and like, you know, getting into the scene out there and like meeting people and trying to like grow as a comic. But also, dude, a lot of the surrounding scenes seem so cool. Like, I don't know, Minneapolis seems cool as fuck. Also, moving out there within like a couple years, me and my girlfriend are gonna try and get our own place and live alone, which is gonna be
no more roommates.
No more roommates, which is sad for some reasons, but is also kind of tight. It'd be real cool to have, like, start just me and my girlfriend kind of life. That would be pretty tight. So,
yeah, not dealing with roommates would be a true luxury.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah.
I fucking love.
Yeah.
It was like my goal for so many years to just not have to live with roommates, just to have my own place. And that has been just taken from me and thrown in my face by society every single fucking day. I'm so sick of it's when I watch like old movies where some guy who's like kind of a piece of shit like has their own place, I'm just like, that hurts so much.
Dude, Taxi Driver has his own apartment in New York, in Manhattan. That's fucking crazy.
It's unbelievable.
Dude, it's nothing. I don't know. Go fuck yourself. You can't go crazy in an apartment in the Midwest anymore. Like, you can't do it.
Yeah.
I would love to have an apartment to go crazy by myself in.
Yeah. To have that space.
Yeah.
To not have to just deal with other people.
No, I gotta leave my
dishes.
bedroom and like talk to somebody every day. That's fucking nuts.
Yeah, when you are in like the worst of moods and you're just in your room and all you have to do is go to the fucking kitchen and get a snack to just get the fucking news from some fucking guy that you fucking live with.
Yeah.
It's like, dude,
how are you doing today? Not good. Leave me alone.
Yeah. And
That's
then it's
not
like,
true.
well,
I
what's
love
your
my
fucking
roommates.
problem?
I do love my roommates.
You do have a cool house.
I got a cool group.
Yeah.
But
in general, it would like that pretty low bar for like having.
Yeah.
It
just
has
having your
been
own space.
completely taken away. So.
Yeah.
What's this?
How to get along with your roommates. So if you're in university or college and have roommates, or you've graduated and now you live alone with some friends, I'll be going through 5 tips that will help you address some major concerns that could possibly turn into
She's
big
got a
fights.
bunch of
So these
AI
tips
porn
will
on her
really help
wall.
make living with any kind of roommates a lot easier. So the first tip that will help you get along better with your roommates and avoid conflict is to establish a process for buying food and cleaning. Because if you buy groceries thinking that whatever you buy is for you and whatever they buy is for them, and then they go and eat something of yours without actually establishing
God,
that
I
as the
fucking
common
hate
rule
that.
around
Yeah,
the
it does
house,
suck.
then that can become a huge conflict. So you really need to figure out how you're going about buying groceries so you're not feeling like you're spending all the money and they're eating all your food, or vice versa. And then in addition to food, you also need to establish a process for cleaning. This is going to be one of the biggest ones.
That is the fucking worst when you're like trying your best to like have a living space that isn't just like shitty and terrible. I've always had at least one slob just lowering the fucking bar.
Always. Yeah.
Like no matter what. And so like that used to bug the shit out of me when I still had hope about like one day I'm going to have my own place. Now I've accepted that you can only be as good as the weakest link in the fucking house.
Yeah.
Unless it's your full-time job to change them from the from inside out.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know. You
gotta
can't
like
instill
work with somebody, you know. But it's, I don't know. Maybe the way to fix it is just get like a bat. Everybody gets their own baseball bat, and you see somebody trying to get your bread.
Just say, what the fuck is this?
Hey, what's going on?
Point at it with the bat. Just like, what the fuck is this?
Sometimes I sit in a chair with all the lights off, and I just like drag a bat across the floor.
Like Pyramid Head.
Like that. Like just back and forth. So everybody can hear it in the house, so they know I'm angry.
Yeah.
You know?
Bachelor, and you guys get together, sit down and watch it every Monday or Tuesday night, whichever one it comes on. Or maybe you guys really like painting and you're going to do painting every now and then. Whatever it might be, it's really going to help solidify your friendship. So really try to get to know your roommates. Don't be that one that's just quiet and talks to nobody and makes no effort.
No, don't do recreational shit with your roommates. We don't have time for friendship anymore. Not just if we're not hanging out doing a business meeting or creating content, then I don't want to fucking I don't have time for it. Sorry.
Yeah, dude. All my friends are comics. So if we do something together, it's an open mic.
It's an open mic or a podcast or fucking public access show. You need to create projects to keep people near you.
Yeah.
And they leave anyway.
Independent time, they probably are too, and that way you guys are kind of on the same page. So try to have that alone time every now and then, and you guys should be good and not feel smothered by one another. The next thing you can do to get along with your roommates is to respect each other's differences. So what I mean by this is that obviously you have different personalities. You're not the exact same person as your roommates.
Segregate the house by race and gender.
Is there one kitchen? Okay. Well,
one kitchen.
All right, the white guys get the kitchen.
And that way you're respecting their need for quiet study time. And on the flip side, hopefully they're respecting your differences as well and can acknowledge the fact that you like to party and don't get angry if you have a party every now and then. So it's really about respect. And
I feel like this person hasn't like been through like the nightmare of actually dangerously toxic living situations that I've had where like people are just like knife in the back, always trying to like fuck you over, there are no boundaries, there's no protection.
My first roommate had a psychotic break and ended up crying in the living room with a knife in his teeth. So where does that fit into your chore wheel, lady?
Where's that? How's that respecting people?
How do you ask a guy who thinks he's the Messiah to do the dishes? How do I do that?
So here's the thing, Jesus. I do need you to put the knife down. And I just noticed that you've been putting your cans in with the other plastic bottles, and that's not how that's. But we have two different bags.
I got work early. Can you stop praying for a minute so I can get some sleep?
Hey, and the way that you're carving your name into the table, it's just like we all use that table, okay?
Dude, he got a metal bowl and filled it with chocolate chips, and then he cut his hand and bled into it, and then he melted all the blood and chocolate chips together.
I had a roommate who started just fighting with every single person. He would get off work at Montage, so he'd come home at 5 a.m.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
And he was a dishwasher at Montage and would just do the dishes really loudly to wake everyone up at like 5 a.m. just because he was like in a mood and he was drunk.
Yeah.
And he would like, it got to the point where everyone was like, Ben, you need to kick him out. Like I was my job because I knew him. He was the only guy I knew in Portland.
Yeah.
I didn't have any other friends, and they're just like, hey, he's your friend, so you have to kick him out. And it was like, he's the one who picked out this, like, he's the one who got me like in this house.
Yeah.
Like, and it's his fault. And he was just fucking losing it. Like he was not doing well. And he like, it got to the point where nobody would talk to him. So everyone would talk to me to talk to him.
Yeah.
And that was so fucking terrible. And I went into his room one time, which was a sectioned off part of a basement.
Yeah.
And this was a bad situation. And he just had like water bottles filled with like piss, and he was like, I thought you would like be like with this, man. I thought you would think this is like cool. And I was like, I need you to get the fuck out of this house. And then he started like crying because I like was betraying him, and he was making it way too fucking hard. I didn't want to live with him anymore either.
Yeah.
But then he started crying and was like, dude, like, here's the thing, like, you're kicking me out. You're like my best friend. And like, I got a girl pregnant. And he starts crying, and then he's like, and she's getting an abortion. And that's the part that he started crying at. I was like, get the fuck out of the house.
Get out of my house.
Get the fuck out of here. like, it was such a good thing that she was getting that abortion. Because this guy was not in a good fucking spot.
No,
he was not ready for fucking fatherhood.
You don't want your little toddler running around peeing in bottles and leaving it in places. You know, that's not
it was
okay.
So fucking weird. It was so bad,
dude. And it's just like, I mean, like you gotta. I feel like you gotta get it figured out a couple times, and then look for red flags, and then just not. You gotta learn the red flags.
You have to learn the red flags, and every little thing that hints at something terrible that you've been through. That feeling that activates inside of you, you have to trust that for years until you're alone, and then get therapy to open up those things that have happened to you. Like,
yeah, dude.
Having a toxic living situation is the most traumatizing fucking shit, because you can't escape it. It's like you go to work, people treat you like shit. You go home, it's just as fucking bad. It's just like a life of just getting fucking bullied by assholes.
I had to walk around with a stun gun in my house for a while when I was living with that dude who went crazy, because it was just getting fucking psychotic. It was just getting weird and shit. And
yeah,
it's
I mean, that the whole eating your own blood with chocolate
chips
that is so fucking crazy.
It's so he was. I mean, like, so all right. So his thing that he had was he like relapsed back on drugs and stuff, and every time he puts drugs in, just whatever he's got going on in here just goes up to like 11. So he thought that he was the Messiah, and what was going to happen was he had to get like die in a hospital, but somebody was going to take a YouTube video of him dying, and that was going to spur a gender war between men and women, but the women were going to win. So he had to be the guy who was sacrificed in order to start a gender war for the women to kill all the men and end up the superior gender. And that was his thing. There was also a thing with my non-binary roommate.
They wouldn't win.
No.
Are you kidding me? That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. Are you fucking? You're saying in a war?
In a war.
In a war.
In a
the
war,
thing that like we invented and perfected and will not let go of.
You heard of Oppenheimer? It's not Oppenheimer. All right. It's Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Masculine.
Yeah,
but
he's right.
But yeah, dude, it was that thing. Also, my non-binary roommate was supposed to be like this like thing that he kept calling the alkaline, which I don't think he knows what that meant, because I think that means like a base. It's got like a basic property rather than
that is
acidic.
Sort of a scam that Tony Robbins, the motivational speaker, the giant guy, Tony Robbins.
Oh, this started somewhere.
Well, yeah, there are people who say, no, like you have problems with, like, you got divorced because you're living in an alkalized, you're living in an acidic environment, and you need to have like an alkalized diet to counteract like the chemistry of this world, and it's made up.
Oh,
shit. They measure like alkalines in like some sort of waveform thing that does not apply to the chemistry
or reality at all.
Yeah, it's just so he heard about that probably.
Okay, because he was also like in with like Marin like hippie circles, like who would be into that kind of shit. Like
that's sort of a fringe dietary
like deadheads
thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
alkaline. Oh
the
my
alkaline.
God. Back that you should avoid toxic people, places, and circumstances. And someone responded saying, well, sometimes it's not possible to avoid toxic people. They're there. Well, what do you do? Okay, so here's the deal.
If you're on the fucking lease with them, it sucks.
Approach somebody who you perceive as toxic, hostile,
because they have the right to be there too, and you can't fucking
trying to victimize you or bully you. There's two ways to go. One way is to emotionally, psychologically. I mean, first, obviously, physically, you try not to be around them. You try to get out of their way. You try to avoid them. You disengage. You go away. You don't have anything to do with them. But if they're there, then the one way to go is to try to neutralize them in your mind.
Wait, neutralize them in your mind?
I don't need to buy into any of this stuff that they're throwing at me and trying to label me with, or trying to make me feel bad about, or trying to make me feel guilty about, or trying to manipulate me. I don't need to buy into any of it. I know who I am. I like who I am. I've done nothing wrong. This is their problem. This is their projections. This has nothing to do with me, actually. I'm cool. I'm fine. I can give them no power. I give them no power to affect me.
Just dissociate at home. Just dissociate all fucking day.
You don't have to get your feelings hurt if you build up a wall in your brain and you shut everybody out.
Yeah, so, if you live with somebody who's a fucking monster, you can't actually avoid them. And actually, a home is something that takes a little bit of, work to make it function as a home.
Yeah.
So you can't just dissociate and avoid your roommate and just, not fucking talk to each other at all.
In pain, in fear, and rather than say, I'm in pain, I'm in fear, I need reassurance, I need love, I need to connect, they do the opposite. They attack. They yell, they abuse. And it's very hard not to see so that someone's attacking you when they're attacking you. But that's the whole key to this, to try to, in everything. If we recognize that everything that people do is either an expression of love or a call for love, the only appropriate response in any situation is to extend love. Because if they're calling out for love, even in the most sick...
It's a little bit reductive, I think, that to meet everything with... I'm sure that this doesn't sound like a nuanced take at all. I don't think...
and I understand what he's saying, but, he's basically taking the whole notion of secondary emotions, which is just anger is always fear, I mean, shit like that, and being just tell him you love him. But it's what if he doesn't like that?
In Ben's case, the roommate who's washing his dishes at 5 a.m. to wake everyone up, maybe he just needs one of his roommates to wake up and be like, I love you. Stop waking us up.
Yeah,
but
it didn't work. I did try. I actually did try to take the love road on this and take his side on some things.
Sometimes it doesn't matter.
But yeah, sometimes it's just it becomes enabling.
Yeah,
is what that is.
But then in Noah's case, with the blood in the M&Ms, there's no love. There's no love bomb.
No, there's not. There's no way to love that out of somebody.
Let's love the absurd notion that women will beat men in a war. I'm sorry, am I supposed to be like, hey, we love you, but you're fucking crazy if you think
dude.
That's going to happen?
He was burning tarot cards and putting them out on his bare chest. And it's like, hey, dude, you seem scared right now.
Self-help videos or videos on how to improve yourself or be a more productive person. Live with this person, you're going to be best friends, or are you just going to be acquaintances who just deal with each other and live in the same place? How was it like for you when you lived at home with your family? What type of dynamics did you deal with living with your family? Did you have siblings growing up, and how did that affect how you dealt with your siblings? Were you guys good friends? Did you not really talk that much?
It's a lot of fucking
Everyone
questions.
Everyone has different experiences growing up, and that really affects how they treat their roommates once they're in a situation where they live with new people who may not be family or friends. Do you expect them to be clean? Do you think that they're going to be always cleaning up after themselves? You guys are going to share the common area and keep it spotless all the time? And lastly, do you expect them to know what you're thinking? Do you think that they're always going to know exactly what's going through your head? Every time you're upset, do you think they're going to know why you're upset?
We are going to discuss how to deal with toxic people. So toxic people can be found everywhere in this society, right? Sometimes toxic people can be found in our family, right? Maybe they can be found in our neighborhood. Maybe we can find them as our friends.
I love the idea of
So,
this guy
in one
confronting
way or
your
another, we have
the blood in the bowl roommate.
And also, we have that intention that we should not get hurt ourselves, and also we should not hurt others, right? So we need to find a way to deal with these people. So today we are going to discuss about that.
Your roommate to be sleeping at the same time as you, or at least quiet while you're trying to sleep. What are those expectations you have, and then put those into non-negotiables. I do not like there to be loud noise when I'm trying to sleep, and I don't like there to be loud noise when I'm sleeping in the morning either. So in general, me and my roommate have kind of an unspoken
So this is
rule
a
that
famous
after
and
around
well-known
10
story.
p.m. and before 7 a.m. we try to
One day, a man
Okay, when I lived in a like a
started
Russian
yelling
dorm
and
house, which is
insulting.
kind of like a it's like a hostel for like cheap rent in Los Angeles. It's you get a bed and you share a room with like 15 other people. There was this one guy who, so for the most part, people were actually very cool and supportive of each other. Most of them were just like, hey, we need an affordable place to live. Let's just make things work. But there'd always be, because it's something that's like open to like rent, all it takes is like one person to like come in with. There's this one guy, Pakistani dude, who had just gotten out of jail, and he like the reason he went to jail was because he had a crush on a girl. She had a boyfriend. He texted that guy 100 times. It was something like the number was bananas.
Yeah, dude.
And went to the guy's family's store, broke all the windows in front of a security cam, and then kept texting him. I just fucked up your shit. I just fucked up your shit. And he would come home like from the store that he was like working at and just be like, check out this watch, man. You want this watch? You definitely want to buy this watch.
Yeah, dude.
And it was it became like a very confrontational thing because he started bullying like this like 18-year-old kid who lived there. He like gave him weed one day, and there was like, you gotta make it good for me. Like, it's just like, dude, all of these people don't understand like how chaotic and helpless you can be in a living situation with somebody who is like, first off, not like well-adjusted. Didn't really have a fucking chance in life.
The criminally insane are your roommates. And it's not, you can't deal with it with chore wheels and like boundaries.
And also, like, if you're on a fucking lease, they have just as much of a right to stay there as you do. So you can't just push everyone out of your fucking life. Sometimes you actually just get stuck with abusive people and can't fucking leave, and that's the problem with like living with abusive people. And I feel like these videos are just like, hey, plan a night where you're watching The Bachelor. Just like
yeah, dude, I would love to watch The Bachelor with your jail friend.
I have endured incredibly abusive living situations just because I could not afford to leave.
Yes.
So
yeah. And that apartment I was in with that guy was like the last affordable place in the Bay Area. So it's just stuck. I ended up having to live with my ex's parents for like 6 months after that.
When people yelling at us,
that sucks.
Yeah,
we
dude.
try to talk to them back. We try to prove them wrong. Right? We try to control them with our rude and harsh words. Supreme Buddha said, if you treat with anger to the people who is treating you with anger, if you give the same thing, that means you are sharing their food and eating.
Their what?
Right? Whenever you face toxic people, whenever people around you are angry, what you have to do?
Lay it
the
on
first
me.
thing that you have to do is put on a positive smile to your face. Never show your sad or angry face to them.
Never show the sadness or the anger. The things that like toxic people fill you with so much. Like you just greet that with like a completely positive energy. So when my ex would come home at 4 a.m, start trashing the apartment and yelling that we have to break up because she's going to move to Germany, and if I don't start packing for Germany now, then we don't love each other. That like, I'm supposed to not let that. I'm supposed to be like, oh. You
seem very heightened right now.
Like, dude, these people are so fucking like. I don't know. I guess they're just selling the idea that you can live that well, where you can live a life where abuse doesn't make you sad or angry, and you can't I mean, if you can hide it, is he like kind of like suggesting that as like a weapon, like a manipulation thing? Don't let them see that you're like, because I guess if you show your anger or sadness, then you've lost the battle with yourself.
This is also not accounting for the people who try to make you upset, and when you don't get upset, that makes it so much worse. Do you know what I mean? Because I've known a lot of those too, where like somebody gets mad at you and you accidentally laugh, so they like beat the shit out of you. Do you know what I mean? Like that's not
care about what they say, right? Sometimes they may be yelling at you because of a mistake that they think that you have done, but in reality, sometimes you haven't done it. So what you have to do? You have to listen to that.
Word salad over a dreamy yoga song. Just that's all this is. This is like the most nothing statement I've ever heard.
What kind of home you want to live in. Even if you're on a budget, you can still find your ideal home. I say this because before I lived in this complex, I lived in an absolutely sketchy area 5 minutes down the road. I'm not even lying to you. It was, this apartment complex was...
It's so funny because I found this before looking around YouTube. There's a lot of rich kids giving advice.
Yeah.
Well, where else are we going to get guidance?
Yeah.
Than people who like haven't had any of the same fucking problems that 80% of like Americans deal with now.
Poor kids don't get ring lights, dude.
Yeah.
You know?
You can't film in a normal poor person apartment because it just like, okay, like these places like are genuinely pretty. If I tried to like film in some of the places that I've lived, it would just be like, wow, seems like you live in a fucking horror movie. Like, you know, like people are like, oh, the camera adds 10 pounds. The camera really picks up on poverty.
Yeah.
Like just the dirtiness, the shame, the not that well put together a house that's held together with spit. Try to film an advice column.
I know you're filming in your living room, but I can already tell your bed frame is broken. You know, it's like
and when you don't have like a space like to yourself and it's all fucking shared, like give me a break.
This is still in finding your home. When you're looking for an apartment, let's say, the prices significantly increase in the summertime. The reason for that is college kids are moving out, they're moving in, and a lot of people typically do like their move outs in the summertime, which increases the prices of apartment units. It's just kind of like the way that it is. If you want a significantly cheaper price point, then I would wait until the winter time. That's when they're like putting out a lot of the deals. Not a lot of people are moving in the winter time because it's so cold and it's like hard to move. So a little more unpredictable in that end of the season.
But just drag your shit through the snow. You will save a few bucks. I mean, that might be true.
Yeah.
Compassion, care, these things can provide many answers to the problems that pop up in our life. So you always need to be kind.
This fucking piece of shit needs to shut the fuck up.
See, I agree with some of it, dude. I agree with some of it, but he's also just like he's making it seem like there's not the other side of it. Like you don't get to a wall and then you need to overcome those things with doing the right thing, or with things like prayer and meditation, right? Sitting with the uncomfortable feelings. He's like, ignore them, smile, and be nice, which is also, that's just like a low self-esteem move. That's like letting people walk all over you, and you're like, I need God. He's just fucking cat of nine tailsing himself. It just like, I need... You know, toxic people should be able to act however they want to act, and I'm going to sit here. No, dude, get a gun, go to his room and point it at his head and say, "I forgive you."
There was something about this that I wanted to share with you, and it felt like it was appropriate. I haven't seen the whole thing, though.
I don't know what this even is.
It's giving me chills.
It's a garage sale.
This is a garage sale?
As far as I know,
Looking for one with 2 views.
Yeah. He doesn't wear it like that.
Yeah. I need one bad.
Really?
Yeah.
What would you use for?
Oh, I don't mess around with old watches and stuff. Sometimes you need something more than regular eyes, you know.
Yeah.
Old pocket watches and old wind-up wrist watches.
Tiny.
Oh yeah, some of my stuff.
It's amazing to me how they like even forge that stuff.
Oh yeah, you know, back when I made old pocket watches. Some of them couldn't read them out.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like just the mechanics of it. I don't even really understand like how a little code.
Take a check. I'll give you $17.95. $17.95 for the mini TV. Take a check for $17,000.
Good morning, sir.
Hey, beer. It's not just for breakfast anymore.
That was awesome.
I'm ready to cover you. I'm about ready.
Price Master, how much for the bronze crucifix?
Oh, these are wonderful. The signs themselves are worth it.
I actually like this a lot.
I've had this one on the list the whole time without ever knowing like how to introduce it, and I figured since Noah's leaving, this was my last chance to show you this video.
Great. Oh well, I'm sure I'm gonna fit another one of these in.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. Thanks for watching the Midnighters Survival Show.
Thank you, everybody.
Stay alive out there. Get through it. Midnighters Survive. Thanks for coming.
Hope we helped. I bet we did.
I know you probably. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Sometimes it's good to know that somebody else knows.
Yeah. And we do.
And we do.
We're the guys who know. So come back next week.
Or next week
4
or whenever we
a.m.
make it. Yeah. So come on down to Chinatown.
Come on down to the studio.
Come say hi to us.
Come hang out.
No one ever does. One time, a guy talked to us outside of the place, and he asked me for a cigarette. I said, "Here you go. Have a good day." And then he said, "What the fuck did you say to me?"
Yeah, dude.
And that guy was clearly a fan of the show.
That's our biggest watcher. So if you're out there, guy, thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Cool.